Hi there and welcome to your yoga class. Today we're going to be doing a slow flow flex, which we're taking the speed down a little bit and we're going to be concentrating on our flexibility today. So we're going to start off in a reclined butterfly position. So let's lie down on our backs and put the soles of your feet together. That's it, lying down. And you can place your hands at the side if you like. You can place your hands in a cactus shape or stretch them out if you want to involve the shoulders in the stretch as well. And just let gravity do its work at this point. Now, if this is far too stretchy for you, you can put a block under your knees if you like, just to support them just a little bit. Or if after a few seconds it's too much, just bring your knees back up. Okay, but ideally just let your legs just open really nicely, starting to open up these hips, starting to make them work a little bit, and just start taking nice breaths in and out of your nose and filling up your belly and letting your belly deflate again. That's it. Nice big deep breaths. And you can close your eyes at this point if you want to as well. Nice big deep breaths. Just starting to ground yourself, ready for your practice ahead. So where we're going to come from here is we're going to lift up our right leg in a half happy baby position. So elbow on the inside of your knee. Okay, now this knee down here, you can just kind of relax in the position that suits you. I kind of keep it a little bit bent. So you're holding the outside of your foot, elbows in the inside, and you're just kind of letting, again, gravity do its work. You're not pulling your leg down and back at all. Your arms doing the work. Now again, you can hold behind your knee if that's a little bit too much for you. So directing the leg out and back. Okay, out and back and down. So feeling the opening up in your hip down here. That's it. And just remembering to breathe into your hip as well. It's really tempting to clamp on when something's a little bit stretchy or a little bit uncomfortable, but just try and remember to just breathe into it. The more you breathe into it, the more benefit you'll get. That's it. So from here, just pointing this foot up, so heel up towards the ceiling at first and just lay the other leg down flat. Now you can hold on to the back of the thigh here, okay, and we're going to point and flex our toe. Okay, about 5 or 6 times, nice and slow. Your leg does not need to be totally straight. Okay, point and flex, point and flex, and really feel what's going on there when you're pointing and flexing. Pointing and flexing. So from here, trying to pop the heel up as close to the ceiling as you can. So again, your leg may not be straight, but as long as you're pushing up with your heel, okay? Pushing up, and then if you can stay here, or you can hold more onto your calf and bring your head up towards your knee if you like, and if that is available for you. That's it. So you're activating the core a little bit here as well. So coming back down, you're going to bend that left knee and direct this leg over into a reclined pigeon pose. So you're crossing your right ankle over your left leg and keep those heels flexed as well to protect your joints. Now this knee that's crossed over, try and send it back the way and feel that hip opening up. Now you can stay here if you like, or if you would like a little bit more of a stretch, or try it out and see how it feels, lift up this bottom leg and hold on to the thigh and feel what that does to your hip, okay? Not to say that it's any harder or any more challenging, it just might feel a little bit different for you. So remembering to send this knee back, okay? Because that's really our foundation. That's where we start, by sending the knee back. And if you feel you like a bit more, then lift the leg up. So from here, we're going to come into a spinal twist. Just uncurl yourself, have your feet on the floor, okay? Lengthen your left leg out, and you're just going to direct your right knee over, coming onto your left hip. Put your right hand out to the side and feel that spinal twist. Now remember, and keep your shoulder blades on the floor here. okay? And remember, we're just warming up as well. Okay, so just as long as you're feeling this twist, and if your shoulder blades are on the floor, you will feel that twist. And just come over it as far as is comfortable for you. Wonderful. And then coming back up, and we'll do the other side. So we're going to come into that half happy baby position first. So raising your left knee up. Now remember, you can always hold on to the back of your thigh here. Hold on to the side of your foot, elbow on the inside of your knee. That's it. And you can do really what you like with this other leg, okay? As long as it's comfortable. And you're sort of, again, letting gravity do the work. Just letting the weight of your hand pull your foot down and back. Opening up this big hip joint here. Okay, and it shouldn't be sore. But breathe into it and try and relax your muscles as well, if you can. That's it. And again, we're just going to bring the foot up, okay? Holding on to the back. Now just lay your right leg flat and have your heels flexed at this point and push your heel up to the ceiling. Your leg may be straight, it might not be straight. And you're going to point and flex your foot and feel what's going on there. Those shins might be feeling quite tight. Even your ankles maybe, or your calves. But just feel what's going on here. And remembering your breathing as well, okay? And then pushing your heel back up again. We're going to, if you want to, you can just bring your chest up a little bit toward your knee. That's it, engage your core and pushing your heel up as well. That's it. So we're going to come into that reclined pigeon pose. So bend that right knee and then cross the left leg over. Remember, keep both your feet flexed and send this knee away from you to open up this hip. Staying here is absolutely fine, remember. Or you can lift up this thigh if you like, see what works for you. But remember to keep sending that hip away and remember to keep breathing into the hip joint as well. Nice big deep breaths. Lovely. Now putting that right foot back down, we're just going to lay it long along the mat, then bring your left knee up and direct over to the side, just like we did the last time. Left hand out to the side, coming onto your right hip, but keep those shoulder blades on the floor. Okay, you can look up ahead or you can look to the left as well. Just waking up this spine, getting a lovely spinal twist in. And just be gentle with yourself as well, remember. That's it, coming back round to the front again. Point your toes, point your hands. Give yourself a lovely big stretch. Stretch those legs out and we're going to come on to a tabletop position now. So, bending your knees. We're going to rock up, okay? So you might be able to rock straight up or you might have to have a couple of goes, just back and forward and then sitting up, okay? So sit up however suits you and come into your tabletop position. Okay, so with your hips over your knees, okay, and put the top of your feet on the floor, we're going to come forward to puppy dog pose. So keep those hips over your knees and just slowly walk your hands forward until you feel that's enough for you. Or you might want to put your forehead on the floor or maybe your chin. But as long as you're feeling the nice flexion in the front of your body and under your shoulders as well. And pausing here and just remembering your breath. And hopefully keeping those hips over your knees as well in order to get the full stretch on the front of the body. That's it. And slowly walking back up. No rush, remember. Back up to tabletop position. So hands are under your shoulders and your knees are still under your hips. Now your hands are always splayed on the mat, so you've got a really, really nice foundation on the mat. And we're just going to take a couple of cat-cows here, okay? So you're going to inhale, push that tummy towards the floor and bring your head up. So you're getting that nice flexion, just like we did in puppy dog, in the front of your body. And then exhale and push your back up to the ceiling, okay? So you're getting a great stretch over your shoulder blades. And just do a few of these, inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down at your own speed, okay? Really lovely for the spine, for warming up, and for giving those shoulder blades a nice stretch as well. Okay, so coming back to a neutral position, we're going to take our right leg and do some hip circles. So what we're going to do is lift the right knee off the floor, and you're going to circle it, really nice big circles with it off the ground, okay? So about 4 or 5 of them, really feel it opening up, okay, and then go back in the other direction. That's it. 4 or 5 in the other direction. And then once we've done our foot, keep your knee up like this, and we're going to actually step our foot to the outside of our hand. So hand, then foot, okay, into our lizard pose. Okay, now you can adjust this leg back the way as well, so you're getting a nice big stretch on the inside of your thigh. Now, we can stay here if you want to and feeling that stretch, sink those hips down, okay? Or what you can actually do as well is you can walk your hands out to the side, so we're getting a little bit of a side bend in here as well, and then if it's available to you, you can come down onto your elbows and just pausing here and breathing. That's it, feeling your hips opening up, and it is a deep hip opener, this one. Okay, so you can be up here, you can be in blocks as well, okay? Feeling it in your hips, that's it. And you can let your knee come out a little bit to the side as well. And then we're going to come back round, okay? Now tuck this back toe, okay? Straighten the leg, and you're going to bring your right hand up into an easy twist. That's it, pushing back with the back heel, up, looking up. You can be looking down or looking up, it's up to you. And then putting your hand back in the mat and popping this foot back to down dog. Okay, first down dog of the practice. So pedal your feet, give yourself a bit of a break. Feet are your hip width apart and pointing forward. Your heels do not need to come to the floor, remember. Okay, so rather than maybe having your legs straight and having a humpy back like this, have a lovely straight back and bend those knees. This is a much better position than having, your weight all forward but straight legs. So this is good. Okay, and just pausing here, walking the dog if you want. Okay, so we're going to send that right leg up in the air. Now just keep everything square. You're just sending the heel up to the ceiling. That's it. And just let your knee bend, let your toe point down, opening up that right hip and feel that in your hip flexors and your quad as well. Lovely. And then squaring back up and coming back down to down dog. Now we're going to do a down dog cobra flow here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees, come forward, come down, keep those toes tucked and come in to a sort of cobra up dog position, but you get your toes tucked and then push back up to down dog, okay? So we're going to do 2 more of them. You're going to bend your knees, come forward to a plank pose, down, let your hips come to the floor and come up to cobra or up dog. Pushing back up again, taking a couple of breaths if you want to. Bend those knees, forward to plank, hips to the floor and looking up. Lovely. So putting your knees on the floor from here and coming back to a child's pose. So the knees might be, they're just slightly apart, hip width apart, and just let your hands out in front. So from here, we're going to do the same sort of thing, a little bit of a flow. So from here, we're going to lift up and come down into a cobra with your legs on the floor this time. Inhaling, come back. That's it. And coming forward into your cobra. Lovely. Coming back into child's pose. Feeling the stretch. And then inhaling. That's it. Okay. And then coming back to child's pose just to rest for a little minute. So coming back up into your tabletop pose, okay, just realign yourself with your feet and your shoulders. Remember, shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees. And we're going to come into that puppy dog pose again. So walk your hands forward. See if there's any difference to before. Remember, the hips are above the knees. Chin can be in the floor, but remember it's your chest that's leading towards the floor, not your head. Okay, so chin can be there, your head, or your head might be on a block as well. Please feel free to use props, keeping your breathing going. Feeling the nice back bend, might feel a little bit easier than it did before. That's it, and slowly walking your hands back up. A couple of rounds of cats and cows again. So inhaling, looking up, exhaling, back up to the ceiling, like a frightened Halloween cat. So keeping going, inhaling and exhaling, before we go on to the left-hand side. That's it. So, coming back to tabletop, lifting your left knee off the floor and start to circle that. Really circle it nice and slow and controlled back and round. Try and get the full range of movement. That's it. So 5 one way, 5 the other way. That's it. Starting to feel that hip open up. Leading with your knee. That's it. Keeping your your foot flexed. That's it. Okay, so remember, before putting your foot down, bring it forward into your lizard pose. Now adjust yourself out if you feel you need more of a lunge going on, that's fine. And feel free to pad up your knee at the back as well, remember. So starting to sink your hips down, breathing into it. You can stay in this position on your hands, but move forward to the side. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a side bend going on in there as well. And you can come down to your elbows as well, if you wish, if it's available to you. Pausing here, feeling the nice big deep hip opening. That's it, keep that breathing going. And then coming back round to the front. You're going to tuck that back toe, straighten the back leg, and then you're going to twist up with your left hand into an easy twist. Isn't that easy? That's it. Now remember, if that's too much for you, you can always keep the back knee down as well, okay? That's no problem. So coming back, put your hand back in the mat and shift that left foot back to downward dog. Now you can still pedal the feet if you want, walking the dog, but pushing the mat away, looking towards the back of the mat, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. Now, lift the left leg up, okay, 3-legged dog, and then bend at the knee, feeling that lovely big quad stretch. That's it. And then coming back down again. So from here, we're going to do that lovely wee down dog, up dog flow. So from down dog, bend your knees, roll forward to plank, and then lower the pelvis down. Okay, remember to relax the shoulders as well. That's it. Inhale up to down dog. That's it. And then exhale, coming down into your up dog. Pushing back again. Feeling the stretch. And then coming down, dropping the pelvis. Toes are still tucked. That's it. And then from here, knees down, top of the feet on the floor. Come back to child's pose. Knees are about hip width apart. Okay. Couple of breaths here. That's it. And then we're going to inhale, come forward into cobra pose. So legs are on the floor. Exhale, coming back, child's pose. Inhale, coming forward. About 3 times or thereabouts. Exhale, come back. And then inhale, coming forward. That's it. And then coming back, just to pause for a minute in child's pose. So coming up, coming onto your bottom, we're going to come to a wide leg straddle pose. So let's just sit on our bottoms. Legs as wide as is available, okay? Now remember, before you sort of get comfy, we want to have our pelvis in the right position, okay? So when we sit down, it's very often tilted back. So just pop your hands on the floor and tilt it forward. And so you're giving yourself the best chance. And also, don't have pain in your knees. Bend them a little if you need to, but try and keep your feet flexed, okay? And we're going to put our hands out to the side, and we're just going to have a little bit of movement side to side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our left hand, sort of lay it along the inside of your leg, right hand up in the inhale, and come into a nice side bend. Now don't come forward, keep your chest nice and rotated, keeping those feet flexed as well. That's it, keeping the breathing going. And then turn and face your foot as well. And then exhale and fold forward. And just put your hands wherever they reach, chest to thigh. That's it. And slowly coming back up, arms out again, side to side. Just loosening up a wee bit. Right hand on the inside of your leg, left hand up and over, just coming over as far as is available. Feeling the stretch, turning towards your foot and then folding forward. And remember, this side might be different. This might be as far as you get, but keep your back nice and straight. That's it, and coming up and then put your feet together into Baddha Konasana. Remember, we started in this position. Okay, and slot your thumbs in between your feet and open your feet like a book, okay? So in terms of the size of, or how far your legs should be out, the size of your diamond in here, just see how it feels. Your heels don't need to be right up at your groin. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come forward with a nice straight back. That's it, and you should feel that in the inside of your thighs. Pausing. Remember, it doesn't matter how far you come forward. That's it, and exhale, coming back up. Okay, so let's come down onto our back now. We're going to do that spinal twist again. Okay, so raising your right knee up, keep your left leg long on the mat, and just guide your right leg over. Keep both your shoulder blades on the mat. That's it, and coming up, same in reverse. Put your right leg long, guide your right leg over. Lovely, and then coming up, we're just going to lie down, get comfortable for our Shavasana. Put the top of your hands on the floor, legs apart. Feeling totally relaxed, just for a few minutes rest at the end of our practice, and close your eyes if you want to. And just lay on your mat, feeling quite heavy. Feeling how your body feels, checking in with yourself and noticing any difference from before. Letting your breathing go. And just getting all the goodness out your practice. Getting the benefit of it and letting your body recover as well. And remembering never to skip a Shavasana either. A really important part of your practice. So just gently starting to deepen your breath and wiggle your toes, your fingers, and inviting a wee bit of movement back in. You might want to bend your knees as well. And just rolling onto your side, taking your time coming up. And just sitting with your legs crossed and your hands at your heart. So thank you very much for coming and practicing with me again today. I hope this practice heals and strengthens your body and your mind. Namaste. So thank you for joining me for our Slow Flow Flex class. Please do subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see any of the new stuff that we're uploading all the time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to message or comment and I will get back to you. But other than that, I hope you had a great practice and I'll see you again next time. See you later.